Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well today as usual. When I was trying to think up a subject for today's video, I wanted to do something about dream dresses originally, but I thought the video might be a little boring because I've already gotten most of my dream dresses and featured them in a ton of videos. So I didn't think it would be that interesting for you guys to just see like dresses I've already featured a ton anyway. So instead what we're going to be doing is looking at dresses that would literally only be mine if I were living in a dream world, because I would never actually buy them even though I love them so much. Now the first dress is Melty Chocolate from Angelic Pretty, and I really like the high waist GSK and the mini sleeve GSK, even though it's more of an OP, in pink x white the most, but I do like the pink and brown colorways. Now I love this dress so much. I really love the print and I love the composition of it on the dress. It's a bit smaller than some other AP border prints, but I think with the stripes on the dress, it still doesn't look too flat or empty. And I love these cuts and the details in them. First of all, there's the lace that's shaped like the chocolate boxes that are in the print. And there's chocolate shaped buttons on the bodice, which it's really well known for. And as for the OP cut, it's actually really similar to the one I'm wearing today, with these sort of small puff sleeves and the neckties and like partial or full back of shirring. And I find these OPs really comfortable and really easy to wear. I've been actually really into throwing them on pretty simply lately. I just wore my Marshmallow Bunny OP in my last video, so I think you can see that I've been kind of into them. And there's just so many great items in this series. Like there's cardigan and jewelry and like all of this kind of stuff, but I especially love that chocolate shaped hat. I would love to have that. Now why I wouldn't buy it, the main reason is brown. I don't like the color brown. Of course, that's just on me. But I would never own anything with brown on it. I don't like how brown looks on me. I don't like brown in general. So it would make no sense for me to have like one dress with brown. And I feel like Melty Chocolate, you kind of have to coordinate it with brown. I mean, it is a chocolate print. There's no other chocolate prints that I really like that much. But again, it wouldn't make sense to add one chocolate print to my wardrobe. So that's why I would skip over Melty Chocolate. Next is Happy Garden. Again, either the OP or regular JSK cut. And I love it most in sax, but I also like the pink and lavender. Now Happy Garden is a bit of a unique print. I don't think there's a ton of Easter prints, even though there are, you know, a few here and there. And I think it's also kind of unique because it's a border print, but there's no clear separation between like the end of the dress and the end of the print. The grass kind of goes down to the bottom and it's more like a drawing on a dress than a clear print. And I find that really cute and really unique. I like that composition a lot. And both the OP and the regular JSK have really beautiful bodice with like tiers of lace. And I love when AP has, you know, those kinds of design elements that really add layers to the top so it complements like the busyness at the bottom of the dress. And of course I have to mention the bunny lace. It's super duper cute. I do love the bunnies on this dress. Lyrical Bunny of course is very cute and I love all of AP's bunny mascots, but these guys look a little funny. They have like really big butts and I don't know, I just think they're really cute. Now there's two reasons I wouldn't buy it. The first one is that the green is a little too green. Like I wouldn't be able to match it with the mints in my wardrobe, so it limits the color palettes a little bit. And the second one is a very specifically me problem, is that this specific type of textured cotton stresses me out. Now, I know that sounds a bit silly, but I have not sensory issues, but sensory sensitivities, I would say. And just the pictures of this kind of fabric make me anxious, and I know I would hate how it feels to wear it just because I hate looking at it too. So Happy Garden I love, but I don't like this textured fabric. I know a lot of people love it, but I would skip over it for that reason. The next two dresses are because I saw them in real life and I fell in love with them because of my friend Prince at Petit Prince on Instagram, and his wardrobe is amazing, so please go check him out. The first one is Vampire Prelude from Alice and the Pirates, and my favorite cut is the JSK, but I also like the corset skirt, and I love the red color the most, though I do also love the white and black one. Now, I know I'm a sweet Lolita, but I love vampires. I always have, and it's kind of funny, I was known at my school for being the girl who loves vampires. I don't know. And it's not even like I'm into like a ton of vampire media. I just think they're cool. I did my final film about vampires. So yeah, of course there are definitely bigger vampire appreciators other than me out there. I'm just like, I do really like the themes. And Vampire Prelude to me is like the perfect vampire dress. I feel like you can tell what the theme is without really knowing the print name. It's just kind of like the vibe with the corset lacing and the combination of like gothic elements like the gates and Victorian imagery and the roses. It all kind of like combines to give me vampire vibes. And I really do love that this dress relies more on like overall aesthetic than really making the print super obvious of like what the theme is. And I find that this like more long-waisted fitting cut is like super elegant and very flattering. I find, again, it suits the vampire imagery, so I really just love that about it. Why I won't buy it, I think it's pretty obvious. This is a gothic dress. I have a sweet Lolita. I don't see myself ever really having a gothic wardrobe because it's not like my personal instinct or style. So even though I do love gothic Lolita, in the same way that I love classic, I don't see myself wearing it or really knowing how to coordinate it super well. I believe this dress also is the same type of textured fabric as Happy Garden. Baby and Alice and the Pirates do that a lot, though I don't remember feeling too bad when I like saw it in real life and like touched it at my friend's house, so maybe I would be able to get over it. Who knows? And so the next dress is Moiré Moitier's Archangel JSK or OP. These only come in the black colorway, I believe, anyway, but as you can tell, I kind of love gothic dresses with like corset lacing in the front. I think it's a really elegant, very pretty detail, and it just kind of adds something to the front, especially because gothic cuts or prints, like one or the other, tend to be a bit simpler than like OTT sweet stuff that I'm used to. It was released in 2011, so I was 14 at the time, and to me this dress just embodies like how I perceived gothic Lolita to be at the time. I was really into gothic Lolita. I kind of associated Lolita with just gothic. You know, I really find this dress like nostalgic and reminiscent of that time, and I really love it because of that. I like the use of classical paintings in these beautiful frames with the Moiré Moitié logo in cursive written so blatantly at the bottom. I kind of love Moitier's branding like that. Overall, I just think it's a really beautiful, quintessentially gothic print, and it really reminds me of all the reasons that I love gothic Lolita and that I love Moiré Moitié. But again, I would never buy this because I'm not a gothic Lolita. I would not be able to coordinate it at all. I don't think it would necessarily like suit me either. I like my style to be very like cutesy and a bit tacky and kitschy, and I don't consider myself to be like refined and elegant. Like, it's not that my face wouldn't suit gothic or something. I have worn gothic once because Prince put me in it. I'll put a picture on screen. I just don't think it's like my vibe. I'm not gothic at all, you know. I'm not into goth stuff apart from like watching horror movies and loving vampires. I don't listen to goth music. I don't listen to any dark music. I don't have a darker lifestyle, one would say. So I don't know what I'm saying, just it doesn't suit me. Next up is from Meta, and it is the Revival Bouquet Flare Sleeve Dress, or any other similar bouquet print items, because there's been a ton. Now I love these dresses. I love bouquet prints. They're very classically Lolita. They're very elegant. Even though this specific dress was released in 2010, it's very like old school with the Rachel lace. And I love that Meta kind of has always done their own thing. Like, they just released the Clara series, which is very reminiscent of this dress and older bouquet prints. And I love that they're kind of sticking to their classic Meta image. And I would love to have a dress like this because it's a bit of a piece of Lolita history or like an homage to it. And I really like this kind of Rachel lace. I think I'm actually wearing Rachel lace. I don't know if this counts, but it's from Jesus Diamante. My girlfriend says they're ugly, but I love them. You know, the print with the florals combined with like the floral lace is just so pretty together. And one little detail that I love is the brighter colored ribbon. It's not too different, but it adds like a little pop of color. And of course, just overall the cut with the flare sleeves and the like really big Peter Pan collar and the lace, I don't know what it's called, but like the tiers with the lace that separates the two sides of the dress. It's just very pretty, very thoughtfully designed, and I love it because of that. Why I wouldn't buy it? Well, for this specific dress, I worry about the fit. It doesn't have shirring, and even though the bust on Lowell Library is listed at 94 centimeters, for comfort, I prefer partial or full shirring. I just like it more. And I feel like the pink and the darker ivory would be hard to match. I wouldn't really know how to coordinate it outside of like solid ivory items and items with Rachel lace, and I don't think I'd be able to be very creative with it. I feel like I'd just style it in that like stereotypical old school way, or how I drew it in like solid items. Even though I do want an old school part of my wardrobe one day, I would rather just leave this kind of dress to someone who really knows what to do with it. And finally, we have from Atelier Pierrot, the Nanette JSK, either the pink, or I really love the new Saxe colorway that they just released. Now, when Atelier Pierrot, like, their dresses slap, they slap hard. This dress is so good. The design is amazing to me. Again, I love that corset lacing on the bodice. I'm really realizing how much I love corset bodices, wow. But all the different layers of, I think it's tulle or chiffon. It adds texture to the skirt. It's so voluminous and so beautiful and just like rich and elegant, and I love it so much. And those different fabrics also added a slight variation in color. There's no clashing, but it really gives your eye like places to look on the dress. And like each fabric or each colorway that they chose for the dress is just so perfect for the cut and the vibe of it all. Like this really baby pale Saxe is so pretty. It's very like countryside elegant or like shabby chic kind of blue to me, and the pink is also very like classically oriented. It has a little bit more of an orange tint that's gives it like that more older vibe that suits the like historical elements of the cut. The red is like super dark and winey and rich, and anyway, my point is I feel like it's just a beautiful dress overall. Like every decision was made super well, and it's just one of the nicest dresses I've seen in a really long time from Lolita brands. Like I can't exaggerate how much I love this dress. It's so beautiful. But of course, as is the theme of this video, I would not buy it because I think it would be very hard for me to coordinate. I don't think it would suit me either, like just in terms of how I look and my style and how I like to style things. I don't think it would go well on me. And there's a lot of volume like around this area near the shoulders, which is an area I'm kind of self-conscious about anyway, so I wouldn't want to highlight it. You know, in general, it's just a bit too intimidating for me to cord. It would always be super different from everything in my closet, and it's just not my personal style. So I love admiring coordinates with this dress from afar, especially the gothic and more classic themed ones. They're just so beautiful, and I really love how creative people can be with these kind of well done solid pieces. There are probably more dresses I could think of, but these are all the ones that came right to my head. So please let me know in the comments below what dresses you love that you would never buy. And honestly, shout out to all the Lolitas who have like 5 different substyles in their wardrobe. I don't know how you people do it, but you are amazing for being able to balance everything out like that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until my next video, bye bye!